friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Dee. I am a Seint beauty artist and a Savvi brand partner. If you have no idea what either of those are, you're gonna learn a little bit about Seint today. But for the Savvi, it is an athleisure brand. They are all about empowering women to feel good in their bodies. We are all different shapes and sizes. And I think a lot of the brands out there promote one body type, and this brand empowers women to be confident and beautiful and feel good about yourself in your own body. And they have clothes that help you do that. So I will leave the 2 hauls that I have done, not 4, but 2 hauls that I have done down below in case you're interested. But today's just going to be kind of a chatty get ready with me. I'm getting ready for church. One thing that I've been trying to do is slow down a little bit, especially on Sunday mornings. I feel like during the week, my morning routine is so regimented and tight scheduled, and I have certain things I have to do in order to get ready before I go to work. But on Sunday mornings, I try to just take my time, ease into my skincare routine. I've got a cup of coffee here, and I just figured that I would just do this video and kind of chat with you about the products, about what I like about them, tips and tricks, all that stuff. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, I've already gone through my skincare, and I will link both of my AM skincare routine, my PM skincare routine, and my exfoliation skincare routine down below. And to kind of tell you, kind of go through what I do for that. I do have severely dry skin, and that is the one thing that I love about Seint Beauty is it really does help with my dry skin. I notice a difference when I'm not wearing makeup. If I decide that I'm just going to do my normal AM skincare routine and I don't wear the Seint Beauty over it, my skin is very, very dry. It's almost like it keeps the moisture in my skin, but it also creates a barrier. And I notice that my skin is better at the end of the day on the days that I wear makeup. How often can you say that about foundation? I've tried hundreds of foundations. It seems like if you go through my YouTube channel, you can see all the ones that I've tried, and I never felt at the end of the day my skin looked better. This one it does. So I'm gonna prep my skin with the Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the skin oil prepping primer, something like that. I absolutely love this. I've talked about it a gazillion times. It feels like ad nauseum, but I just absolutely love it. For you dry skin girls, if you're looking for something that is going to help add moisture to your skin, it's going to help your makeup go on better, easier, and it's going to help with the longevity of your makeup, get this oil. It feels amazing on your skin, and honestly and truly, it has been a game changer for me, and it's one thing that I recommend for those people that I do a color match and they tell me that their skin is dry. I recommend this one. It does give a dewy glow, but you can put a little bit, like I put on a huge amount on my palm and I put it in so you can see the glowiness. You don't have to put that much. You can just put a little bit. You can put it just on the areas that maybe you have some dry flakes, and it is going to kind of moisturize them and help with the cream foundation so it doesn't get stuck in them. Even with cream foundation, you're still going to have a little bit of that, I don't want to say texture, but the cream foundation is still going to get stuck in your dry flakes. That's just reality. No matter what foundation you choose, that's going to happen, but it is less than regular foundation. And if you exfoliate regularly and use that, I have noticed a significant difference in my dry flakes. So let me go ahead. I'm going to grab my palette right here. So this is everything that I need. I've got my color correctors. I've got for my under eyes. I've got my color corrector for my redness. I have my main highlight shade, but I'm gonna take my blend brush. I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna lightly dab. And the whole point of this is I just wanna color correct. I'm not covering anything. I'm just trying to cancel out a certain color. So you don't wanna go in with a lot of product because it will look, I don't wanna say it looks cakey, but it will look super textured. And the whole point of this right here is just to cancel out the color. It's not to add or cover up or anything like that. Then I'm gonna take my severely dirty Real Techniques sponge. I have it on my to-do list to clean this today, but I feel like I have it on my to-do list to clean all the time. Then I'm gonna take the Sunlit Color, and again, I'm just packing it into my skin and I'm putting it all under my eyes to kind of cancel out that color. And you can see here as I'm doing it, it is already brightening that area. So if you've got like blue undertones under your eyes, blue dark eye circles, and you use sunlit, it's already going to brighten. So you may not need another like brightening shade. Just really depends on the look that you're going for. Me personally, I don't feel like I need it. So next I'm gonna go in with this color June. You can see here, it's kind of a green undertone. Now I've had people message me and comment below saying that the June actually didn't work on their face. So Aspen, which is I believe a contour color, that might work better for you. So if you have any questions, if you haven't been color matched by somebody, please, I'll put the jot form below, get color match, and I can look at your skin tone and see which one might be better. I have a little bit of a yellow undertone, so this I think probably works better for me. But the great thing is Seint has a 30-day return or exchange policy. So no questions asked. Hey, if it doesn't work for you, you feel like you wasted your money or whatever, there is a return policy. It does take about 2 weeks for your skin to kind of transition for it. And I always tell people, give it a good solid 2 weeks of using it every day before you decide that it doesn't work for you. Now, if the color's off, the color's off. That's not going to change. But some people, your skin has to kind of adjust to using the cream foundation. So next, I'm gonna go in with my main highlight shade. I use White Peach. So I use White Peach unless I'm self-tanning, and then I will use Aurora. So again, this is customized depending on what your skin color is. I have been using the blush and buff brush. So this is the blush portion, this is the buff portion, or whatever. I've been using this actually as a main highlight application because to me, I feel like it gives me medium coverage. So you have the 3D foundation brush, which kind of gives a little bit more full color coverage. And then you've got the, what else? You got the blend brush that gives a little bit more of that sheer coverage. If you're just looking for just a sheer application, this one I feel like is right in the middle. Don't feel like it is super packs on a punch, but it does do a little bit more than the blend brush. So I'm just kind of pressing this into my skin, and then I'll drag it on my neck just to make sure there's no harsh lines and just kind of even that out. Then I always take my Real Techniques blender and I am just pushing that into my skin, making sure that there's no, like everything is blended out, there's no brush marks, and any excess product is being picked up. So then I'm gonna take the sponge again, and I'm just gonna put it on the areas that I need a little bit more coverage. And that is usually in my T-zone and under my eyes. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm going to warm up my face. I'm gonna take this side, I'm gonna go in with my Bella bronzer. So I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna put it, not necessarily in my hairline, but just like right there. Because the whole purpose of bronzer is to brighten your face and like where the sun would naturally hit you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and put my contour in there anyways. So I'm just gonna put this kind of at the tops of my cheeks. Again, the whole purpose is just to kind of warm up your face. I'm gonna bring this over my nose. And then I'm gonna take the bigger portion of it, kind of swirl it, bring it down to my neck area. Okay, so next I'm gonna contour, and I'm actually gonna use my 3D foundation brush for this, just because I feel like I can get a little bit more precise application. So I'm just gonna go in, and this is the one that I'm gonna kind of press towards the back or my hairline, just to give it a little bit of a contour. I have been liking, usually before I would put my bronze or my contour on first, and then I would go in with my bronzer, and then I realized that my contour is the one that I wanted to be a little bit more precise, and the bronzer is a little bit more messy, and I feel like I can just kind of slap it on. But the contour, I want it to go in a specific place. And what I was doing was I was putting on my contour, putting it on specifically where I wanted it, and then I would come in behind it and kind of messy it all up because I was blending it out. And I was like, well, that doesn't really make sense. So I was watching another Seint artist and she was putting it on the opposite way. And I was like, oh my gosh, like light bulb went off and I realized this is the better way to do it, just because that way I put on the contour and I put it exactly where I want it to go and I don't have it blended out anywhere. Sorry, I just feel like I have something in my hair. So next I'm gonna take that absolutely gorgeous pink lemonade color. And you can see here, it is just a baby doll pink. It is so pretty, so pretty. I'm just gonna buff it out. Super, super easy. I'm gonna go in next and I'm gonna show you how I do my eyebrows. So the first thing I'm gonna do is because I have product in my eyebrows already, just the cream product, I'm gonna take a Q-tip and I'm just gonna run it through and try to get off any of that product. I want this just to be my skin. And you can see here, that's all the product that I got from one eyebrow. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my angle brush. It looks like this. So it's got a little spoolie at the end and a little angle at the other end. I almost said bottom, but that doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna dip it into my ash contour. And I'm gonna start out by just outlining it. Subtle, not in your face. It's a little bit lighter than what I normally do. I usually like my brows to be very like boom in your face, but I'm really, really liking this. To me, it just looks natural. It's super, super easy and it stays all day. I don't have to worry about my brows like getting faded throughout the day or anything like that. It just stays. So next, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to take setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last Natural Finish. And I'm just going to spray and I'm just going to pat it in. And this just helps with the longevity. And just kind of, to me, just adds that last little touch of making sure that everything is blended in. There's no harsh lines, anything like that. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the brow wax right here. I'm actually gonna spray the end of my spoolie. And this is the difference. So what I've seen a lot of people do, or what you can do, is you can actually spray the setting spray in the brow wax and then put your spoolie in and then do it. That gives you more of that concrete kind of lamination look. With me, what I do is I just want a little bit less. So I just spray my spoolie and I'm just going to run it in. Then I'm gonna take a little bit. So I'm just getting a little bit of the product. I'm not going crazy with it. And to me, it just gives me a little bit more of a natural stay in place where it's not super concrete. So next, what I'm gonna do is my eyes, my eyeshadow. And like I said, I'm gonna show you how I just use one color, and this is gonna be Rivera. I keep pointing this one, but this is it. Now, in all honesty, it is a heck of a lot easier to do when I don't have claws on my hands. Usually I just use my finger, but because I'm not able to get into the corners, can't use my finger today, so I'm gonna have to use a brush. But basically, the first thing I do is I just take my beauty blender. Now, I always have a beauty blender sitting on my lap because a lot of times with the cream products, like especially if you're doing the dot or the smear method with your fingers, you're gonna get it on your fingers. And I am the type of person, I yell at my kids all the time, but I'm the type of person, I also wipe stuff on my clothes. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me. So I like to keep this, just a dry makeup eraser or whatever, on my lap. That way, as I'm getting stuff on my hands, I'm wiping it on my makeup eraser and not my clothes. But all I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm actually taking off any of the cream product that I got on my eyelids. I find like the eyeshadows go on a lot easier if I don't have any of the cream products. That way I don't have to use primer or anything like that. I'm actually gonna take this brush. This is a Mary Kay cream color brush. Yeah, it picks it up just fine. So I'm just gonna bring this in and just pack it. Now, I prefer my finger to apply this because I feel like the finger just kind of warms it up and I feel like I get much better pigmentation from it. But like I said, Gotta go with what it is. Beauty is pain, pain is beauty. Last step, I think so, is I've been using this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This is in, what kind of accent was that? NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, not pencil. This is in the color Milk, and I've just been applying it here. In the inner corners of my eyes, and then I take a little pencil brush here and kind of blend it out, and it just brightens the area. I really like doing this on the days that I'm not wearing any makeup because it just still brightens that area and it just looks so, so pretty. Last is I'm gonna do my lips. So this is a new color that I got from Lipsense, Lipsense. This is in the color Queen B. Never used it before, so I just thought it was a pretty purpley color. Let's see what it looks like. So I like to, once I have my 3 layers on, I like to go in and just rub it all over with my finger, because I feel like it really, really helps with moisturizing it. It's a pretty color. Kind of reminds me of the NARS Anna color. It has that purpley kind of hue. Very pretty, very pretty. So that's it. I think the last thing that I'm gonna do, and this video is going to be ungodly long, is I'm gonna go in and I'm going to put mascara on my bottom eyelashes. Normally I don't do that, but I feel like I'm a little bit more glammed up than normal, and I just feel like sometimes that brings the eye look together. And actually before I do that, I'm going to put eyeshadow. Just take a pencil brush and I'm gonna go in with that chai color. This one right here. I'm just gonna put it at the bottom. One thing I like about doing this is I feel like it helps with the eyeshadow, like bringing the look together, but it also helps to fill in any fine lines and wrinkles you have under your eyes. Like that's where my wrinkles are, and so the powder just helps to kind of fill those in. Then I'm gonna go in with, I've been liking this Maybelline Sky High mascara. When I first tried it forever ago, and I have a video on it, but I won't link it below because I didn't really like it. And then what I found was as the mascara gets older, it gets better, which is unlike any mascara I've ever tried. Usually as it gets older, it gets worse or gets, you know, more clumpy or dry. And I just feel like the formula when you first get this mascara is super wet. It's a very wet formula, and I feel like after like a week of having the bottle open, it then turns into this amazing formula. I do like the brush, and I like the fact that for this one, I think they have a waterproof version. I didn't get that one, but I like this non-waterproof version. I don't feel like it transfers on my bottom of my lid, and it doesn't flake throughout the day, so those are big winners for me. And it stays there. I guess with the lack of flaking, then it has nowhere to go. But so that is it. That is the complete look. A chatty get ready with me as I'm getting ready for church. So let me know if you have any questions below. If you need tips and tricks, if you're looking to get color match, I'll leave the jot form below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, bye.